Hey guys, this is the second video that I have on the question and answers, and I'm gonna try to get out at least one video a week on these. I got feedback on the first one. A lot of you guys liked it, so I want to get to the first question, and this is from Todd, and he's asking, what are the on testosterone replacement therapy, which I've talked about in a lot of videos. He wants to know what the numbers are to get tested, or what do they call their norm numbers, the range that you have to be in, and the range that you have to be under to get tested at. Now guys, this is I don't know why they do not have an actual number that every doctor needs to go by. Let me give you an example. The VA, you have to be under 200 to get testosterone replacement therapy from the VA. That is a very low number, and you have to test under that number 2 weeks in a row. In other words, they test you 1 week, come back next week or next 2 weeks, and they test you again. You got to be under 200 for you to be on for the VA testosterone replacement therapy. Guys, you're symptomatic at 400. Like if you're at 400 testosterone or lower, you're symptomatic, tired, and you guys, you know what the symptoms are. There's a range: brain fog, tiredness, just not functioning very well, body aches, injuries, just to name a few. There's another doctor out there that a buddy of mine told me theirs is from 250 to 800. Now, that's another number. But let me tell you what my doc a long time ago, like 8 years ago, had told me. Her number is 360 to 1100. That's the norm. If you're under 360, I was told under 400 from the research that I've done on it that you're symptomatic under 400, but 360 to 1100 are the numbers where you should be at. If you're under 360, then you can get on TRT, testosterone replacement therapy. Now, a urologist you can go to and give him your lab work, and they can do some more testing on you. They'll test your PSA numbers to find out what those numbers are, which is not really very accurate, but that kind of gives you, it'll throw up a red flag if your numbers on your PSA are too high. So guys, the numbers that I usually go by is 360 to 1100. And this doctor that actually told me that is a blood specialist here in San Antonio. And those are the numbers that I would go by, not 200 that the VA throws out there. Guys, if you're at 200, then you need to get on TRT. So to answer that question on that one. The next question I have from Jeff. Do you think Dudley will ever make a bat as good as the 2.0 and the original Dudleys? No, I do not. There's no way in hell that Dudley will do that again. And here's the reason why. They made a mistake. Dudley did back in the day. Whenever they made that bat, I don't think they made that bat. They expect to be that bat to be that good. It lasted 3,000. The originals lasted 3,000 swings. The 2.0 last 1,500 swings, and both of them were hot. All the Dudleys that were made back then, and in my opinion, you guys need to buy the balance, the end load, the 12-inch and the 13-inch barrels. All those bats are good. If you guys want a bat that has longevity, the barrel gets soft. A lot of you older guys that are over 60 years old that cannot generate the bat speed that you used to in your 30s and 40s. The barrel actually flexes. It's got a soft barrel on it, so it's going to benefit you a lot better. The Dudleys, they will never make a Dudley like that again, ever. They lost money, and the reason is because it lasted too long. They don't want a bat. Any bat company out there does not want a bat that lasts over 600 swings. That's their number, or that's the number that I think that their number is, because they can make money. The more bats you buy, the more money they make. They're not going to make any money buying a bat that lasts. Us older guys, that lasts 3,000 swings. It's just, that's like making a car that runs 1,000,000 miles. They're not going to make any money. if they produce that. So no, they will never make a bat. Any bat company will never make a bat that lasts that long and as good, as lively as that bat is too. So no, guys, and I always see this on Facebook and all the places that I go look. A lot of the people are selling these bats. If I were you, and if you're over the age of 60, buy those bats. You know, and I'm not talking about the lift either. I'm talking about the original Dudleys, 12-inch barrel, 13-inch barrel, and then the 2.0s, which came after that. The lifts are pieces of shit. Don't buy a lift. I don't care what they want to sell them for. Don't buy it. Third question. This is a funny one, and I get this quite a bit. And a lot of guys start bragging about what they got in there. Actually, the guy's name that sent me this one is David. On the original Mikens, the Ultras, the DeMarini Juggernaut, he actually named these. The Combat, the Snake, and the Yellow Miken. Compared to the bats that you have on your top 5, do you think these bats are better or worse? I'm gonna give you my rundown on this because I've heard this quite a bit from a lot of people. A lot of guys bragging about they have to, and I'm gonna piss some people off now. A lot of guys bragging about I have an original DDD in my garage, and and a lot of these guys trying to sell these bats for like $400 or $500, and I laugh my ass off when I see that shit. To make a long story short, I can sit here and talk about this for a long time. Just the technology that we had from the originals. What, the original Ultras came out 20 years ago? You mean to tell me that we cannot build, or there's not a better bat out there than the original Ultras? There is. My top 3. You go to my website, look at my top 3 bats. Those bats will outperform any bat that I just named. And I don't give a shit what you say. There's no way that you're going to tell me that, you know, that the bats they have out right now, or I guarantee you the bats they have out right now, you know, my top 3 are outperforming the original Ultras, the Combat Snake, the Combat Yellow Mike Masinko bat, and the DeMarini Juggernaut, the green one that they had. They talked about being so badass, you know. And they talk about, I see this too, the Ultra 2s that have the ASA stamp on them. A lot of people talking about it. That's like gold. That's like, no, it's not. It's not like gold. If I were you, I'm going to give you some advice. Take those bats right now after you see this video. After you watch this video, this is what I want you to do. I want you to take, let's do the conversation pieces, guys. You want to keep them around as a conversation. Remember this bat from back in 2000 and 2001 and 1999, I think it has on one of them. If you just want to use them as conversation pieces, that's fine. But if you want to use them to say that you got the hottest bat out there, it's not. This is what I want you to do. You take those bats and you sell them. Whoever wants to buy them, because they're really not outperforming any bat that we have out right now on my top 3. And you sell that bat for wherever you can get it for, and you turn around and buy go to my website and you buy one of those bats that are on my top 3. I would wait till January though, because I think that's going to change. Spoiler alert on that one. My top 3 will change as of January, in middle of January, so stay tuned to that one. Actually, my top 5 is going to change up here because I got 3 more reviews coming out. My top 5 is going to change here in January. But sell the bats right now. Go and buy one of my top 5 or 2 of my top 5, depending on how much you get for those bats, and start swinging those, because those are hot. Those will outperform any bat that I just named right there. A lot of you guys are going to disagree with me, but guys, I have swung all of them bats whenever we had hot balls. You know, the Ultras, whenever we had hot balls, and I was a lot younger too, I was hitting the ball a lot further back then too. So guys, I'm laughing because I got a couple of buddies of mine talks about how they got those brand new in the wrapper sitting in the garage, and I'm like, what are you going to use them for? I don't understand what you're going to use them for. And they get mad when they're asked me, do you think this bat outperforms the bat that the OGs that I had back? And yeah, they outperform them. You really think? Yeah, hell yes, I really think so. But you can't tell people that because they think they're sitting on a gold mine in the garage. Okay, guys, that's it.